strong at the moment. But the more they go to the east, the more they could do that. And I see, as I'm looking on velocities, the Guthrie area, there's a lot of rotation, a lot of wind speed rotation in there, but it's not tight and it's not extremely high speed at this particular time. So we have that tornado warning, and actually the tornado warning really officially has been extended all the way over to northwestern Lincoln, western Payne, and central Logan County. So from Guthrie northeast into Payne County and east into Lincoln County, just stay alert. And that's Guthrie and Perkins and Langston and Tryon and Coyle and Meridian. Go ahead. So, David, what do you have? Okay, Alan, I got you, Alan, on Storm Action 2. What do you have?
Hey, Gary, go on, Alan.
Go ahead. Alan?
Yeah, Gary, I'm with you.
Go ahead.
The circulation I'm watching just crossed I-35. It's very low to the ground. It does have rotation to it. It is taking shape. It looks like a small funnel trying to form out of it. But I'm not under it, so I'm looking back to my northeast.
Alan, we're going to switch to Bob Mills Sky News 9. Incredible picture, huge wall cloud, strong rotation, and Jim Gardner, talk to us.
Well, that's right, Gary. I mean, it's still trying to get its act together, but that wall cloud, like I said before, is lower than I am at my altitude. Just a massive wall cloud. Now, it don't have the upper rotation up in that topper ring you might see like the Moore tornado did. It's just kind of lazy right here. It's just kind of lazy, just kind of working itself. We see it kind of spin up and then come down. You can see the very bottom of it there. It's just cycling around, Gary. It gets really ragged, and then it'll start tightening up. So it's just kind of sitting here being lazy right now. And like I said, I believe that's due that don't have that upper level rotation that the Moore tornado had. But it's very impressive wall cloud. Nothing to be, you need to take your precautions here, because if this thing all of a sudden just tightened up, it would drop a massive tornado. Like I said, it's just west of Chickasha at this time. But again, nothing significant. Right now, we're right in a very, very good spot, so we can just let you know it in a moment's notice there, Gary. Jim Gardner reporting live from Bob Mills, Sky News 9. Back to you.
Okay, what you're looking at right there is what we call a south storm at the moment, and it's been cycling. Looks like it's increasing some again. It's near Verdon, moving directly toward Chickasha, and I'm going to walk down there on another radar.
Go ahead and go to view 3.
All right. All right, it's moving east. We'll call it east-northeast, 25 miles an hour. Chickasha, 238, Amber, 249, Middleburg, 308, Bridge Creek, 317, parts of Blanchard, 321, Dibble, 322, Cole, 332, Newcastle, parts of Newcastle, 332, Washington, 343, all the way down to Goldsby. If it makes it all the way to OU, it'd be Lloyd Noble Center, 353, and OU at 354. It doesn't show the hook echo at the moment. The winds are not quite as organized as they were, which is good, but it is organizing. Until you look at, in fact, you're looking at that. Yeah, just a second. On the other, you might want to put on Alan Brosey's shot of the storm at Guthrie, both of them. If you can get both of them on there, guys. The one on you got to show the Sky News 9 shot, and let's put in Alan's shot too. Go ahead.
Hey, Gary, it's Hank, and I'm in between Chickasha and Verdon, just to the east of this large wall cloud, and the rotation has really started picking up here in about the last 10 minutes. We've got a large bell-shaped lowering, and the whole storm has actually turned hard right, and it's moving more to the east-southeast than it was. But we have pretty pronounced rotation right now. It's going to be just east of Verdon right now, Gary.
Okay, Hank, good to have you on there. Storm tracker Hank Brown, Patty Brown. Watching this wall cloud, you folks in Chickasha vicinity, just look to the west, and you'll see this coming toward you. Don't stay outside, though, because this thing could tighten up quickly. It's a major rotation. It's just not as tight. The winds are not quite as close together, those ones that are blowing in opposite directions. But as we look at Sky News 9's shot, we see, major wall cloud, as major as they get. We see upward motion into the storm. We see rotation, and I imagine we're a mile or 2 miles away from this. Well, as you look at that, I will tell you that's a huge wall cloud approaching Chickasha, so continue the tornado precautions down there. Bobby's on another storm. You don't need to take that. I'm just looking at what he has on radar. So Bobby's storm is north of Waterloo in Logan County. It's right along in Logan County. It's South Douglas Boulevard. That's in Logan County, all right? And it's also parts of Westminster as it goes into Logan County. Find you an east-west road there, Rancho Drive. So it's a mile north of Waterloo. That's the back edge of the one that Bobby Payne is on. But what you're watching right there, and it doesn't look, you look at that walk cloud, how fast they changed, not quite as organized. How the winds look on that? It's there. Well, we indicate the south wind. It's still there. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Gary, he's on 33 now, east of Guthrie.
Go ahead.
Okay, again, I'm just east of Guthrie here looking back at the wall cloud, and still impressive. No tornado on the ground, but the wall cloud now scooting over I-35. And, again, the rotation still there, still a big lowering, but no tornado. We've had some nickel-dime size, little few quarter-size hailstones, but that's about it. But it looks like it's going to, again, be just east of Guthrie now, but it continues to spin, Gary, slowly but surely now, east-northeast of Guthrie, not very far at all. Looks like just maybe by a mile or so is where the main circulation is right now. Gary, back to you.
Okay, appreciate that, David. I see Balcaster's up there, Alan Brosey on the south edge of it. James is down south. Hank's south. I see Hank. I see a bit of a lowering there where you are, Hank Brown, Storm Tracker. If you're on the Gettner, take it.
Yeah, Gary, we do have a pretty pronounced lowering here. It's moving just to the southwest of us right now. So we are just east of Burton, so it's in between Burton and Chickasha. I'm just a few miles west of Chickasha on 62, and I'm kind of in the edge of the rain core and letting the circulation just move to the south. It looks like a new area of inflow is forming maybe a bit further south. It's going to be probably 5 or 6 miles south of 62, as well as this area of rotation that we're watching right here just outside the window, which is right on 62, just a few miles west of Chickasha, Gary.
Okay. Bob Mills, Sky News 9. Jim Gardner, the wall cloud looks lower to the ground than I saw a few minutes ago. Is that correct?
Okay, roger that.
Go ahead. You may be talking traffic there, but it looks like the wall cloud is getting close to the ground. Sometimes they get close to the ground, it's more likely to produce a tornado. So, Bob Mills, Sky News 9, Jim Gardner, if you can hear me, what's your take on that? Because it looks a little bit lower.
Yeah, it is a little bit lower, Gary, but it's pretty ragged. It's not well as defined as it was before. Right now, I'm coming up 44 here, just in Chickasha. Shooting back, you can see right at the lower right-hand portion of your screen there, as we start to move into Chickasha, shooting back to the northwest of that wall cloud. You can see it's starting to get pretty ragged there, but like I said, it's cycling. It's got a little feeder band going into it in the front there, so it's still definitely working on it, Gary. It's definitely not. We're not out of the woods yet with this storm. It could, like you said, as the further it goes east, it could very likely start to get more energy and spin right back up. But it is very low to the ground. Like I said, it's below my altitude where I'm flying and shooting back. But it's still pretty impressive, and at any moment it could possibly drop a tornado, but hopefully not. But we'll keep you updated, Gary. Jim Gardner, live from Bob Mills, Sky News 9. Back to you.
What altitude are you at, Jim?
Well, right now I'm just probably about above ground level, probably about 400 or 500 feet. So that would say that where you're looking at the center of that storm wall cloud is only maybe a couple of 100 feet above the ground, if not 100 feet above the ground every now and then. So it's dipping down very, very low here. And like I said, you're starting to see more Chickasha come into your shot there as we shoot back to the northwest on this storm. But a pretty impressive wall cloud, Gary.
Yeah, that lowering wall cloud is not a good thing. So once again, tornado warning continues from west of Chickasha to the Chickasha area. And you can just look at that, and I'm going to read off a few of these again. Chickasha 236, that's downtown Chickasha. Middleburg 306, Blanchard 317. And really, if it continues on its present course, it will pass just a little south of Norman. But we widen that fan out just as a precaution. The red line would be the primary line, and that's going to go to Chickasha and also Middleburg, and points on the east there, Dibble and Kreiner and Cole. Let's go Middleburg, Blanchard, Dibble, Kreiner, Cole, Washington, Goldsby. And it should, like I said, if it continues the east, generally east movement, it passes a little south of Norman, at least south of downtown Norman. And it moves toward the Purcell area and Noble and Lexington and Slaughterville. It continues to be, as you can see, very, very impressive. We see upward motion into it. We see rotation. A wall cloud many times is like this. It's a rotation, a lowering from the cloud base, a rotation usually in a rain-free area, not always, and sometimes from wall clouds come